Thanks so much for joining us. It is a fantastic day to get caught up on California Trail Interpretive Center activities. It's already started to be an amazing spring, and what a summer you have planned for us, Cheryl Miller. Thanks for being here today.
So many fun things to talk about. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. We love to get an update on what's going on. The month of April is launched, and you have all kinds of fun, creative, inspiring programs, especially suited for families and kids.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That is always our goal, is to get everyone out, getting them having fun, learning about pioneer history. But the most important thing is making memories with your family and friends.
So one of the activities is, you always have something that's usually associated with sewing and crafting, making goodies and things that might tie into the history of our region. But then you like to get outdoors too. So tell us what you've got coming up.
That's right. So we've got a great mixture for April. On Friday, April 10th at 1 p.m., we will have Macy leading Crochet Wiggle Worms. And I just talked to her about this program. She's really excited, and this is a program that is best for ages 8 and up. So you will be crocheting, you will leave with a wiggle worm, and we will have all of the supplies that you need. So you don't need to bring anything except your enthusiasm and some friends, and hopefully you'll leave with a cute little wiggle worm and some new skills at crocheting.
And googly eyes appear to be involved.
Always googly eyes involved. We've got so many of those at the center. I find them everywhere.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. So that'll be on Friday, April 10th, 1 p.m. Sign up is required because you always want to make sure you have enough supplies for all the participants.
Exactly. And so when we get those signups, we can plan ahead and prepare. But also, if you really want to come, just come on in. We usually have room.
Nice, Cheryl. Thank you. Our California Trail Interpretive Center, for anybody just joining us, located just 8 miles west of Elko. Just zip along I-80 and then take the Hunter exit and you're there, and admission is free. And most everything we're going to be talking about today is also brought to you free of charge.
That's right. We do our best to keep everything free so that everyone in the community can come on out, have fun, make memories, and learn about the pioneer life.
So coming up too, Barnyard Buddies, and it looks like you're going to be using a treadle machine to make these.
That's right. We'll be using Paisley again, one of our favorite hand treadle machines. On April 12th, that's a Sunday at 1 p.m., we're going to have our wonderful volunteer seamstress, Brenda, leading Barnyard Buddies. So kids and adults will have a choice of making an oxen or a dog. I think she also might have a pig that's in that lineup. And of course, you can learn new skills by using these hand treadle machines donated by our wonderful community. And they're just beautiful and fun to work with. So come on out if you want to make a Barnyard Buddy, April 12th at 1 p.m.
You can learn to sew just like a pioneer. And that leads us to, this sounds so fun. I know you've done planets in pajamas before. I just love saying planets in pajamas.
It's such a fun title. This is one of Macy's Night Sky programs. So we'll be kicking off the Night Sky season on Friday, April 17th at 7:30 p.m. with planets and pajamas. And what we'll be offering is a walk through the solar system. So you'll learn a little bit about planets. Of course, you better be wearing your best pajamas. We will be so excited. We get adults and kids in pajamas, so we're excited to see everyone's outfits. We will have our telescopes out, so be able to see the moon, depending on how many clouds we have, things like that. There'll be just fun and learning about the solar system. So bring a chair, bring a blanket, bring some snacks, come on out at 7:30 p.m. and hopefully learn something new about the planets.
And that is on Friday, April 17th, right?
That's right, 7:30 p.m. Come on out.
All right. Leading us right into the next day's activities. And with spring in the air, we start to see more of our furry friends and even flying creatures scurrying about.
Oh, that's for sure. Animals in Spring is a great program that we'll be offering April 18th at 1 p.m., where you can hike along our trail, learn how animals change between winter and spring, and hopefully find some wildlife out there. We've got lots of bunnies hopping around around right now.
And that's something that, if listeners were not aware of, the California Trail Interpretive Center has some really nice local, easy hikes. I mean, they're so easy that even toddlers or folks who have maybe some mobility issues can navigate them.
Absolutely. It is an ADA approved trail, and it is wide and it's graveled and it's just over a mile round trip, and it gets you up high and gets you some really beautiful views of the Humboldt River, the I-80 corridor, and there's lots of good information. So it's a great hike, and if you want to go farther, just do the loop a couple of times.
And can you see that Hastings cutoff from that little trail?
Absolutely. And as you know, Lori, that's the whole reason that the Trail Center is located where it is that you can see the west end of the Hastings cutoff, which is also known as South Fork Canyon. So we all know that's where the Donners emerged 4 weeks late and a little bit more tired than maybe they would have been if they had stayed on the main route. And the rest of the story we'll tell you when you come out to the center.
That's right. The California Trail Interpretive Center specializes in stories. So not just the activities, but it's a great way of learning about pioneers who traversed, and of course, first people, because that's also an emphasis. We'll be talking more about that as we describe the Freedom 250 Trail Days event. But one more April event, which is also very popular. You usually choose between bows and throws, and this month it's archery.
That's right. So on Saturday, April 25th at 1 p.m., we're going to be offering our very popular bows and throws. And like you said, Lori, it's going to be archery. And so children and adults are welcome to come out. And we do run it for about an hour. So if you are interested in coming out and doing some archery on Saturday, April 25th, make sure you make it out by about 1:30 so that you'll get, that full 30 minutes of having fun and hitting those targets.
All right. Sounds like a great plan. California Trail Interpretive Center. All the April events and activities we just described, again, are free of charge, free admission to the Trail Center. It's a perfect place for families. It's not just for visitors, but residents, people who care about our community and the history of what's happened here locally, obviously participate in this as well. And you do have some beautiful art that's still on display, Cheryl.
That's what I was going to say, is most times of the year, we also have some beautiful art on display. So if you like art, come on out. Right now, we have the Nevada Wild Art exhibit on display in the South Fork room. We have 18 artists and lots of new works. So we've got pottery, of course, by Larry Heislip. We've got paintings. We've got photography. One of my favorite is some of the colored pencil renderings of bristlecone pines. We've even got illustrations of ranch, like just life, some really beautiful art. And if you're interested in buying the pieces, we have all of the artist information there. You can reach out to them directly.
Very nice. California Trail Interpretive Center. See the Nevada Wild Art exhibit now on display. And I think you did mention, does it go through Trail Days?
It is going to go through the end of April.
Oh, okay.
And then we actually have them sitting in our offices right now. We have the Oahe School art that will be going up. I believe it is May 1st. I'll have to check on that, but I'm pretty sure that's going up May 1st. And we have some beautiful pieces. We're really excited. Those come out from students from the Oahe School up on the Oahe Reservation, and it's kids from junior high and high school. So you'll see a large range of skill, and it is their show. Once it goes up, I'll announce it officially, is all about where they are now and their description and their illustrations of their life now. And so I think people will find it very interesting, and it will be a beautiful, diverse show that'll be up in just a few weeks.
That is so exciting, Cheryl. Thanks for reminding us. I'm just so happy that they have such an inspiring art program at Oahe. Their art teacher has just been so generous over the years, and whether or not there are new people helping out with the effort, it's just made a huge difference in our ability to interpret, as you said, the lives of our first people and how they're faring today there in Oahe. And I know it's it's exciting to see the school going up there and everything too. So
absolutely. And we don't want people to think that Native peoples aren't here anymore. So that's sometimes what Americans think. And so we need to make sure that everyone knows that they're right here in our community doing all of the same things that we're doing every day and making beautiful art.
Cheryl Miller is the California Trail Interpretive Center's Interpretive Ranger, and we're so fortunate to have you and to have you working on these projects on our behalf. We're going to talk more about that First People influence coming up in the Freedom 250 Trail Days discussion. But Macy's got something cool, and we always like to let parents know and caregivers as early as possible when there are opportunities for youngsters, because they really fill up fast, especially during the summer.
That's right. So this is a wonderful opportunity for kids that are looking for a day camp. And I believe the ages are 7 to 12. And it is called Life on the Trail Day Camp. It is going to be July 24th and August 7th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It only costs $35, and registration is directly on the Nevada Outdoor School website, which is nevadaoutdoorschool.org. And they have lots of other summer camps that they're going to be offering around the state. But the one that's happening here at our trail center is called Life on the Trail Day Camp. And they'll be doing lots of fun stuff with history, relay races, crafts, and games.
Again, these are day-long day camps. There are 2 separate ones, so there are 2 different opportunities.
Correct.
All right, so July 24th is the first, and then August 7th is the second opportunity. Again, register in advance, nevadaoutdoorschool.org. That's a great website because you'll find out about so many opportunities, from the explorers camps, the OHV safety opportunities they have. Nevada Outdoor School is a fantastic partner of our California Trail Interpretive Center.
They are a wonderful partner. We're so grateful to have them. And they bring a lot of diversity and a lot of fun to our schedule, not to mention the 2 staff members, Paul and Macy, that work out at the Trail Center. So grateful to have them and their expertise and their energy and enthusiasm.
Yes, and shout out to them. You guys do such a fantastic job. So thanks, Paul, and thanks, Macy. Thanks to everybody. There's a foundation. There's a board of volunteers. We're going to talk about volunteers. So here we go, listeners. Settle in. Get your sandwich out, whatever it is, if you're having your salad or your dinner, whatever. But we're going to be talking about, for the next several minutes, all the amazing activities during Freedom 250 Trail Days. And it's coming right up, Cheryl.
It is so close. And if you see me in town, don't even get me started, because I'm going to go off for about 10 minutes about all of the fun stuff that we've got going. There's 3 of us organizing it this year, and so we're spreading the fun around, and we're trying to plan everything that we can to make it really fun and to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. You know, this doesn't come around very often, and so we really want to do it up.
And it's going to be bigger than ever, the biggest trail days in recent years, because this is the crown jewel, the centerpiece, the showcase, if you will, for our public lands, the Bureau of Land Management, the gift to the community that we keep giving back to. And everybody's going to be coming from everywhere for our trail days.
That's right. And we're really focusing on making memories with your family. So focusing on things you can do, things you can interact with, and lots of ways to learn, while also interacting with your neighbors, interacting with, I don't know, Laura Ingalls Wilder. Did I tell you that Laura Ingalls Wilder is coming, Lori?
I heard this, and we are so excited to think about the famous Laura Ingalls Wilder from Little House on the Prairie, the series of books, and she is coming to tell us firsthand in her style about what it was like to live on the prairie.
That's right. She's a professional and very experienced reenactor. We're very excited to have her. She's going to make 3 presentations over the course of Saturday and Sunday. And let's just talk about the speakers, because that's just the very beginning. So the South Fork Room is going to be booked solid both Saturday and Sunday with speakers. So we're going to have Female Prospectors of Nevada, a presentation given by Jordan, who is basically an expert in the California Trail and used to work at the California Trail Center. We are also going to have anatomy of a wagon. So all of those that are wagon curious out there and wondering, how did they keep those things up and running on the trail? We're going to have Dick Waugh giving anatomy of a wagon twice, once on Saturday, once on Sunday. We're really excited to have Melanie Smokey come from the Stewart Indian School. She's going to be giving a presentation called Who We Are Now. So again, we don't want people to forget that there are lots of Native peoples here today in our community, not just on reservations. And she's going to be talking about who they are now and how far they have come. So that should be wonderful. And then another presentation, I just mentioned Laura Ingalls Wilder. And finally, we're only going to have one presentation by Emily Bloomer, and hers is going to be called A Bone Party. Have I told you about the cool bone mandala that Emily donated to the Trail Center, Lori?
We have not talked about that yet, Cheryl.
Oh my gosh. I thought I told everyone about this.
Tell.
So Emily was just out last year visiting the Trail Center, and she saw some kestrels up in the air. And she said, do you guys have any kestrel pellets on the property? And we said, I don't know. I didn't know kestrels made pellets. And she educated us, teaching us that all raptors make pellets. So not just owls, but all raptors. So hawks, eagles, owls, kestrels, they all make pellets. And of course, in their pellets are the bones of everything that they've eaten because they can't digest the bones. So she picked up the pellets. She took, with our permission, she took them home, she sanitized them, and then she made art. So she made a bone mandala out of all of the bones that she found. It's so cool. It's so beautiful. We're just about to hang it up in the center. And what she is going to do for trail days is lead a bone party. So she's bringing wild owl pellets that are all sanitized, and all participants will get to pull apart the pellets, pull out all of the bones, line them up on skeletons, and figure out what these owls have been eating. She's also going to talk about her art, show off all of the things that she's been making, and then she'll be out in the reenactors camp making buttons and talking to people about her art and raptors.
Wow, how fantastic. And what a wonderful addition to the lineup that you have. It's Emily Bloom, is that right?
Emily Bloomer.
Bloomer. Okay,
Yeah.
Emily Bloomer. And would you describe her as an archaeologist or an artist, or I mean a little of everything?
Yeah, so she is not an archaeologist by training. She's not a wildlife biologist by training. She's not an ornithologist by training. This is something that she just loves and has taught herself to do. She is tied into the ornithology community, but she is just a regular old citizen that loves to make art and really started to develop a love for owl pellets and all of the cool things you can find in them. So she's just a regular person that loves to do this, and she's going to share it with everyone if you come to her bone party.
What a fantastic story and a great opportunity. Again, the date of the bone party is?
We're still pulling the schedule together, so
Okay.
we'll be releasing the schedule here in the next couple of days. We got a couple of details we're trying to nail down, and we don't want to put out bad information. So keep your eyes peeled on our website. We will be releasing the schedule in the next few days here.
All right, sounds good. And we have only gotten through maybe a quarter of what's going to be offered during Trail Days, June 6th and 7th at our very own California Trail Interpretive Center. For everything we're going to be talking about, Cheryl, and we have much more to describe, keep your ears perked up because you do need volunteers to make this happen.
100%, Lori. We are looking for volunteers, so we need some wonderful, enthusiastic community members to come on out and help us. And because there's going to be a little bit of traffic and the logistics are a little bit tight, we ask that you please volunteer for an entire day. So the event is going to run from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., so it's not, too long of a day, but we ask that you come out for the whole day, and we're looking for people to help us with gold panning. So we are building a brand new sluice, and we're excited. It should be right in the center of the whole camp, and it's going to be a focal point for the whole weekend. And we need some people who are knowledgeable about gold panning to hang out by the gold panning sluice and talk to people about that, run the water through, that sort of thing.
And you also need some help in crafts, and all of the things that I'm looking at sound like you could wear authentic period clothing if you wanted to, right? You could dress up.
That's what I was going to say. For all of those people out in Elko who are dying to wear their pioneer outfits, now is your chance. We would love to have you come out and volunteer, or just come out in your pioneer outfits regardless. But it's a great opportunity and to wear your outfits that you have. And if you don't have an outfit, guess what? We have plenty of them.
Really?
So this is an opportunity also to borrow our pioneer clothes and get your pioneer on for the weekend.
All right. California Trail Days this year, it's Freedom 250 as we celebrate America 250 years. And of course, the significance of the pioneer travelers and the first people who are already here. In fact, a lot of the culture, the dancing, the demonstrations you have will include first people.
Yes, they will. And so we are going to have an elevated presence down in the Shoshone Village where we have the Wiki Ups. We are going to have Basque dancers and drummers, and they will be performing both Saturday and Sunday. And we are also going to have, like I said, Melanie Smokey from the Stewart Indian School, and a few more details that we're pulling together right now.
And that leads to some food, I guess, some Dutch oven demonstration. In the past, you've been able to have an Indian taco truck and food stand there.
That's right. So we'll have Lois's taco truck. She's already booked and she will be there. We are also going to have a more typical like hamburger hot dog stand. So we'll have hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, and drinks, and then Lois's taco truck. And so there will be plenty of choices for food. And the good news is that that's all you're going to need money for. Everything else will be totally free.
That's right. And you can always pack a picnic. I see a lot of families and little kids running around with a juice box, or, you can just bring your own food if you want to.
That is very true. And we have a beautiful picnic area. You'll be welcome to bring your picnic lunch or whatever you'd like, or get something from the snack bar, but there will be food available.
So, Cheryl, what would Trail Days be without animals? Because you are rolling in a lot of actual animals that pioneers were very well acquainted with and relied on during the trek.
That's for sure. So we will have, of course, Travis out with his horses, pulling a wagon. So there'll be wagon rides out in the parking lot. Curtis is going to be out with his mules this year. They're freshly trained, he has promised me. And we're also going to have 4-H out with their animals. So we're not exactly which animals are going to appear yet, but 4-H will be coming out talking about animal husbandry, talking about what they do in their program. They're going to have their own booth.
And that, of course, just in time for the Elko County Fair. It's always nice the way that our California Trail Interpretive Center reaches out, pulls in various groups, various interests, relying on volunteers, as you said, Cheryl, to make all of this happen, to truly represent everybody who lives here and cares about our community.
That's right. And we are a small but mighty staff at the California Trail Center. There are only 5 of us. And for this huge event, we're going to need a lot more hands on deck. So if you'd like to come out and help, we would love to have you. Just call the Trail Center anytime that we're open. Leave a message or ask for me, Cheryl, and we'll get you signed up.
And all of this is going to open up with patriotic ceremonies. And because it is such a special year, it's Freedom 250 Trail Days this year.
That's right. We're so excited. So Saturday's going to be our big patriotic ceremony. And we're scheduling that. I can release that. That's going to be at about 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. We want to give an opportunity for everyone to get up, get ready and get out there. We're going to have Battleborn Color Guard. We're going to have a Shoshone medicine man blessing the ceremony. We're going to have a live performance of the Star Spangled Banner, and we're going to have lots of moving speakers. So it will be a wonderful opening ceremony. And then again on Sunday morning, we'll have Color Guard.
Nice. For all of us who care so much about Nevada and our history and our role, of course, in America 250, this will be a truly meaningful opportunity. And it's only going to happen once in this way, Cheryl.
That's right. It's only 2 days, and this is going to be our biggest trail days in years. So if you haven't been out in a long time, this would be the year to come on out, invite your family and friends. I even have some family coming to town for that weekend, so I'll be able to introduce my sister to this fun event. So invite all of your family.
And her name's Lori.
That's right. Her name is Lori too, so she'll be
Yay.
excited to come out. And so invite family and friends, because this is a great time to be in Elko.
I'm so glad that you mentioned family, because there are many contests. Reenactors will be demonstrating pioneer life, but then, as you said at the beginning of the program, this is hands-on. You want people to come and do things. So there'll be some good old-fashioned contests.
That's right. We're really focusing on what people can do at this trail days. And so for adults, we're going to have axe throwing and archery as contests. So start practicing. And then for kids, I'm so excited about this. This is kind of my project that I've been working on. We're going to have a watermelon eating contest. We're going to have potato sack races. We're going to have hoop and stick races. The hoops and sticks just came in. I'm so excited. I haven't even opened the box. And we're going to have a pie walk. So no matter what your age is, you will be able to participate in at least one of these contests. And I'm so excited too. We're going to be hand making ribbons for each of these contests. So if you win watermelon eating, you'll get a ribbon, potato sack, hoop and sticks. You'll all get a handmade ribbon to take home with you. Of course, the pie walk, your prize is going to be a beautiful pie, so you won't need a ribbon for that one. But the big prize will be one of the quilted things that Brenda makes from our Freedom 250 Patriotic Quilt Squares project. So we're asking the community to donate quilt squares, and then our wonderful volunteer seamstress Brenda is going to pull those together into wonderful prizes, which will be what both the adults and the kids win as big prizes, but they will also serve as door prizes. So everyone that comes into Trail Days will have an opportunity to win a handmade quilted item.
And I think the other wonderful, this is just such a great concept, Cheryl. It's not just Brenda sewing things, but everybody can make quilt squares to go into these prizes. So you really don't know. You just know that you have something that was handcrafted by someone who put thought and time and energy, and maybe even they were learning how to sew for the first time.
That's right. That's what I love about this. So we're asking for quilt squares made by the community, brought in. Brenda will sew them all together, and then these gifts will go back out into the community. So just a wonderful way to bring some love into the community, something handmade, and it will be turned into something that people will cherish for generations. And when we were talking about food, I forgot to mention the first 125 people who come and order food each day will get a souvenir gold pan.
What?
Yes. So we're so excited. Your food will be served in a souvenir gold pan. So you want to be among the first 125 people out to order your food so that you can go home with your very own gold pan.
These are just many of the features we're describing. I'm sure there are other additions that will come. I'm so glad we have this monthly radio show to catch up with Cheryl Miller. California Trail Interpretive Center's Trail Days is a Freedom 250 celebration. Again, just like Cheryl said, she's got family coming in. You guys need to invite family too. Come and celebrate our nation's 250th birthday, June 6th and 7th, with something truly unique. It's authentic. It reflects our community. It's family friendly. Most of everything we've been describing is free. Admission to the center is free. The crafts and activities, the live music, we didn't even really discuss that. And it's just an amazing opportunity to showcase the things that we really care about here in the Great Basin.
That's right. And there's going to be some action.
Yes.
So we were going to make these surprise, but instead we're going to put them on the schedule. But if you stay tuned and show up at the right time, there might be a couple of gunfights.
Ooh, a little scuffle.
Over gold.
Okay, it could happen.
That's right. It did happen.
All right. It's going to happen at the trail days. And then one more reminder, if you want to help contribute a quilt square to be made into a beautiful gift, you can participate in Brenda's sewing class on May 10th, because that is going to be an opportunity to learn how to make a quilt square. The materials are provided. You can use Paisley, the treadle machine, or any of the other beautiful treadle machines that have been contributed to the effort. You do need donations, Brenda does. Maybe you have something patriotic themed. Maybe you have crafted a lap blanket or a teddy bear, but they're also looking for donations of fabric, squares, or even finished pieces, again, to go back out into the community as prizes.
That's right. And those pieces have been getting dropped off every week. We have some wonderful quilt squares. We have one finished wall hanging that has been donated. And so keep them coming, you guys. Drop off your quilt squares. Also, we have patriotic fabric that you can come in and pick up that other people have donated. So again, you don't need to spend any money. Come on into the Trail Center, ask us for our donation box of patriotic fabric, take some home with you, and then bring us a quilted square back.
Cheryl Miller is Interpretive Ranger for the California Trail Interpretive Center. Again, we spent a lot of time introducing, talking about trail days. There'll be more to come. More radio shows will be talking about this, but please do visit californiatrailcenter.org for a full schedule of some of these offerings. And don't forget to invite your family and friends now. It is after graduation, I think, or right, so there'll be people in town anyway, Cheryl, and there should be plenty of opportunity to just really enjoy, again, Pioneer, Native camps, Basque and Native dancing, wagon rides. Oh, there'll be a Pony Express tribute as well.
That's right. We didn't even mention that.
We'll have to talk about that next time for sure.
That's right.
Food, live music, live animals, gold panning. I mean, my goodness, what more could you want? And it's all brought to you free. Take the Hunter exit on I-80, just 8 miles west of Elko. Visit the California Trail Center in advance of trail days, but we'll definitely look forward to seeing you there. Cheryl, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much, Lori. It's always a pleasure.